Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included Spaced Out Edition here on our Wacky World cartoon reboot. All right, of course I got a cough. Start the episode. Haven't done that in a while. All right. Okay, so this is just food. This is food. We're gonna do this. Yeah. There we go. Because we're gonna need lots of critters, pips. We're gonna be doing something, and that's. Man, I just had a drink of water and now I'm coughing. That's this setup over here. Now, we've got a couple things to do over here. So first of all, on this side, we can do this. Two, 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 do. Technically, I can do that as well. All right. Okay, we've got all kinds of fun stuff to do over here. And I noticed that now we have an issue because you trapped yourself. Come on. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is deconstruct. And deconstruct. Because otherwise, you're trapped. Alright. There you go. Hey, wake up. Alright, we'll get this built so that we have a way out. I think that's going to be the smart thing here. Yeah. Okay. So my goal... Oh. Before we continue with this, we'll let them build, but the spawn. Alright, so I went and between videos, I went and looked at the tutorial, and so we're okay in general on most of our water. We don't want a lot of the crude oil because it can cause flooding, but we do want, up top, we want 100 kilograms per tile, so we need 200 kilograms of salt water. So like on this one, we have 110 kilograms total. You know, I mean, I can move to either side. It's the same because it's just in the middle. So we need more salt water here. We definitely need salt water over here. This one here is at 100 kilograms. This one's lower, so we need more here. And we need more here, and we need a little bit more here. So that's just part of the problem. It's not necessarily absolutely required, but we do need to do that. The other thing is that we have to have an absolute vacuum in here when we start up the machine. The reason is because if we don't, what's going to happen is that it's going to do exactly what we've had, where we have some of these tiles filling up with hydrogen instead of going up. Ideally, if it's when you turn it on, it should automatically fill this with oxygen and the hydrogen should go up. That's ideally what should happen, but it has to be an absolute vacuum to do that. So yeah, so we're gonna keep pumping out the oxygen using this. And that's great because that creates cool oxygen into the base, which means that from an oxygen in the base standpoint, I'm going to deconstruct this. So we're no longer going to put oxygen into the base from this. This is just going to fill this up here, and that's it. And then on this one here, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct the pipe that comes up here. We're going to rely totally on just this oxygen here feeding into the base, cooling the base down. In fact, we can probably split it. Actually, no. What we're going to do is we're going to turn on a secondary pump for this line here. We're going to turn this pump on. There. And that's going to supply oxygen into the base for now, which we have plenty of oxygen, so we're fine. We also need to make a temporary there vent since we blocked this one. Just realized that. All right, so that'll take care of that. We'll let it run. We'll let the SPOM run and empty out into a vacuum. We've got these doors here. No air should travel through here. So we should be okay through here. All right, there we go. Meanwhile, we are going to work on moving our farms. So what I want to do is since this is no longer going to be needed, I'm going to make it to where this closes off and it comes directly into its own little area here where we're going to have a ladder, which means we can do this. We can just come through here, leave that open. We can come through here all the way. In fact, because it's going to be open right here, we can leave that. This is going to have a ladder that'll come through on the inside of this. We're kind of expanding our base internally is what we're doing. There we go. And then we will put in a pole to go through here as well. All right, so that does mean we can deconstruct some stuff. Fact, we'll just select deconstruct, deconstruct. We'll leave these for now, but we'll start deconstructing some of them. There we go. All right. Okay, now, I actually don't need to go that high. We're going to use pips to create farms. Now, up here, we're a little tricky. We'll do some actual farms, but we're going to do some other, where we're doing the hatches, we're going to do some pipping. So, you know how we have this here, we have these farms growing in here. What we want to do is create natural farms that we don't have to do anything with. So, the way it works is ideally a pip can build within a 3-block radius on anything with a hardness of less than 150. So we can even plant inside pure copper, inside sandstone, inside granite. You know, the only thing you can't is like abyssalite and, you know, obsidian and stuff like that. Scalding. Oh, yes. All right. But even the bed is going to be an issue. All right, let's see. Do we have any ice? No. Can we get ice somewhere? I mean, I'm cooling it. I've got this coming in at 41. This coming in at -3. This is 41 because we've messed up here. Yeah. We're going to change that. Yep. We actually want it to go up in temperature a little bit, but we don't want 41 degrees. We want 30 coming into the base. And in fact, we'll do this as well. We'll just take this and like right here, we'll put a little gap to cool that. There we go. Sorry, I mean to warm it up. Perfect. So they'll work on that. Yeah, so I mean we do have cooler temperature coming in here, cooler temperature coming in down here. We've stopped the hot. That's going to back all of this up. That's fine. I'm good with that. In fact, what we can do is we can just do this. Since we have this coming, yeah, we're just gonna do it. So this is temporary. We'll just take this hot air from these. This one we've got coming into this, and I'll just run I'll run this through here and into that. There. We're gonna go ahead, we'll hook up oxygen into this, and then we'll just transfer and close this out. Close this one out so we can't go out this one anymore. And deconstruct all of this. Perfect. All right, we'll do that. Are you shearing? Good, you're shearing. Good, good, good. And we're still doing that. Awesome. All right, so back to this. Okay, so this bottom one, let me see. We've got the ladder here, so we can go ahead and close this. We won't be able to plant anything in here right away, but move stuff because we're going to need to cool it down. But we'll be able to get things going. So, all right, so we'll get that since we have the ladder up. We can go ahead and close that one. And since we have this ladder, we can go ahead and close that. And take that out because that's where we're going to go in and out. Perfect. All right. Now, so what we need is we need a 3-3 is basically. So 3 tiles, for example, these 3, nothing will grow on. Then we have 3 tiles where the pip will plant. Then we have 3 tiles where the pip won't plant. We have 3 tiles where the pip will plant. And we'll just do the bottom like that. So that gives these 9 tiles here for this room. The pip will plant something. I haven't determined what yet, but we'll figure it out. Now, this one I'm going to change a little bit. Because I want to get a little bit more in this one. The bottom one I did it because we have a gap here, so you know. But there, this one gives us 12 tiles. It's a little bit better. We can do the same thing here. We'll have to start from the top down so that the sand doesn't disappear. Because we want the sand to stay here, meaning we... Ooh. That's a problem. I just realized it's sand. We're going to dig this out. We can drop sand down into here. Well, if we do this... I like doing this, but... Alright. If I do this... Are you trapped? You guys, come on. Here, instead of just standing there, you can at least dig that out. And you can dig these out. I don't want to dig this one, though. No, I can dig this one out. Maybe you can get yourself out this way. Yeah, the ladder's there. You can get out anyway, so okay. Ah, gotta watch these guys. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Because sand's obviously gonna fall. So if we... I'm going to cancel this for a moment. Too bad we already built this. We've kind of messed some things up, I think, for this bottom one. All right. So, I mean, if we do this, it should still give us 96 tiles, right? I don't know. The problem is this is going to drop down. Oh my goodness, this is so difficult. We might not be able to do this because it's all sand, which would be ideal and perfect, but... Arg! We may have to have some... We may have to do the fertilization and we can't do what we wanted to do. Trying to think really quick to make a decision. This one we could definitely do and have this a natural one. This one, you know, we're already missing a bunch of stuff. It would be difficult to do a natural one. This one impossible, and this we're able to drop. No, we can't even drop sand down from up here. So this tile, this would be fine. These, we would have to figure out how to build this without the sand dropping first, but it's going to drop. So, yeah. The only one that it's going to work on is this one. And even it's going to be hard because I got to build this tile, and as soon as I dig it, the sand's going to drop. Darn it anyways. All right. Well, that's not quite what I wanted, but it's okay. So we're going to do grub fruit down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. I cannot, for the life of me, get it right. Okay, grub fruit, grub fruit. And I can actually add more, where I can do another grub fruit. 3. Actually, wait. So there's a reason I'm designing it this way. I'm trying to optimize the whole thing. Let's see. We're good. I better come up here and make sure we haven't done anything. No, they haven't delivered the salt water up here. I don't even know if we really need it. I think well, we kind of need it here. We need it here. All right, we'll get there in a moment. I'll come back to that. How's our oxygen supply? All right, we are putting oxygen from there in. We haven't finished this one yet, but we are getting oxygen into here because we can already go out and around. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disable this. We're going to auto and say nobody can go out anymore. We'll close it. We're going to deconstruct this, and we're going to go ahead and actually... We're just going to deconstruct this side. And start getting this ready. So we need to deconstruct this one, and that one. We need to deconstruct this one so that we can put in our floor, because we're going to do this, that, this, and that. This is all sealed, right? Not quite. Let's get that sealed. And priority 9, let's get this sealed. Otherwise, they're going to be going out here without. Fortunately, most of this temperature is a safe temperature. All right. So we're going to start delivering some suits. Which ones have oxygen? Deliver. Okay. Go ahead and do that. Yep. Making the change. It's all right. Okay, we're going to prevent you guys from going back in right now. We just need these built in this wall here so that they won't come over here once we unlock it. So we'll do that. All right. So what I was saying over here is that we're going to obviously, you know, put in automation, right? So these things, of course, go 3 out on each side, so that, which means that I can put one here as an example. I'm just going to stick it here. That's going to reach these 3. It's going to reach these 2 middle, and it's going to reach those 2 plus this middle. So if I put another one here, it would need to be right there. All right. Which means cancel. So I just gotta match all of this up. Boop, boop, boop. We can optimize grub fruit to grow into these areas. And then this one can be a storage bin with the sulfur. And then these, well, this one's the sulfur. These can be farmed. We don't even need, yeah. What am I thinking? We don't need extra things. We just need the middle one. That means 2 of these runs all of that. Perfect. And we can do the same thing up here. And the same thing down here. And then this becomes our 3 hatch farms. Yeah. That'll work. 3 hatch farms is a lot, but we have unlimited sulfur. So, for grub fruit. I mean, all of this is grub fruit farms is a lot, but we have unlimited hatch or unlimited sulfur. So that means that all of this, oh, I'm still building on a 9, aren't I? There we go. Okay, we got the top locked. We got this locked. We just got this little gap here. All right, good. So that one's going to be... Stop constructing on a 9. There we go. That. Then this can be where we put all the equipment for the hatch and the grooming and all of that. Okay. So that's our 3 farms for the hatches. I gotta decide if I'm doing another type of farm up here, which I probably am, but that's all right. So we're gonna start here. You guys can dig out this bottom section and do that. There we go. Okay, we got 1. We got 2. Okay, this is sealed, so that means we can allow you guys to go in and out of the farm area. We're fine. You guys can come in here. It is a little warm, so be careful at 64, but you guys should be okay. It also means we'll be able to deconstruct stuff in here. So, because we don't... Well, I'll keep the lock for now. We'll keep the lock. But we can deconstruct the door. Technically, we can start deconstructing the lock as well. because we want the oxygen, the cooler oxygen in here to mix and start filling this up. So yeah, we'll do it. Just take it all. And then we'll mop it up. Not a problem. There we go. We're running low on water down here. How's this farm doing? Are we not pumping? It's coming up, coming up. We got it to here, but we're not pumping because we disabled this. Let's enable that building. There we go. All right, cool. Well, that completes this episode. We have miraculously made a lot of progress. We haven't. I don't know if we've done anything for the sump. It looks like we did add a little bit of salt water. Not enough. Still need a little more, and we need to add some here because the salt water is really low. Here, I think we're fine here, so I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct this one. We're gonna add a little bit more here. Yeah, and then we'll have to deconstruct this. Is that where our power goes through? No, it doesn't. So we're fine. We can deconstruct this one. Okay. All right. Cool. We're still pumping in air. We're collecting all of the thousands of kilograms of hydrogen and pumping it into the base. But we do have this pump here that we can grab the hydrogen from. And I think that's probably what we're going to do to pull it out of the base. So I'm just going to stick... I know I said we're ending the episode. We're going to end the episode. All right. End the episode. We'll do this at the beginning of the next episode. Take care, everybody.